Ladies and gentlemen, this is a very important segment, and I'm going to be doing a lot of these segments because the reality is they want to arrest Trump. They can't. They want to find evidence that he's committed a crime. They've accused him of everything under the sun. They cannot prove any of their absurd claims. So they just torment him every second. Media, morally superior Democrats, they're okay with that because they just don't like him. They can't really point to anything specific he did because all the top experts that they revere also presided over, the first life being lost from this global catastrophe. So they can't really say that it's like everything is his fault without fingers pointing at them. Now we're finding out how the origins of this could have taken place, that President Trump was right to be suspicious, Rand Paul was right as well, and they obtained his tax returns. So a Justice Department ruling paves the way for a House panel to get Trump's taxes. This is NPR. That's what they're focused on, okay? The racket is whatever benefits the political party. That's what the game or the racket or the, gigantic scheme is. It's not Medicare for all or Green New Deal legislation or compassion. It's tank gleefully the economy, completely end American life as we know it, because of safety and because of scientific principles that apparently are always let's just say because of certain principles rooted in science, and then claim that we'll help you out with stimulus checks and we'll ensure there's an eviction moratorium so you don't get kicked out of your apartment. Well, the most important thing for Democrats is not to protect their constituents or their voters. That's not at all the most important thing. The number one goal of Democrats was to get Trump on Trump Russia for 4 years. That was completely fabricated. They impeached him twice. They knew that he wouldn't be kicked out of office because a Republican Senate would keep him in office. They knew it wasn't pragmatic. They knew that it wasn't going to get the desired result, but they did it anyway. Then, when you ask for a floor vote in the House, or when, I should say, progressives or the left asked for a floor vote for Medicare for all, they said, God, it wouldn't pass. Not enough people. Then they get into the pragmatism and the reality of, just not enough Democrats would actually vote for it, and it would set back, the quest for single payer. It's a complete scam and racket. What they care about, you judge a person by their actions. They only care about gaining political influence and ensuring that Trump is out of the picture politically. That's all they care about. That's what they've shown. All the hysteria or, all of the moral grandstanding, the pontificating, the sermons, the preaching about how their policies or how, the planet's going to end because of climate change. They don't believe any of this stuff. Just like you see governors without, not abiding by their own protocol. They don't care about this stuff. It's an act. Now you have House fails to push through bill extending eviction ban after Biden request. New York Times, eviction freeze set to lapse as Biden housing aid effort lags. The administration made a last-second attempt and last-second failed appeal to extend the moratorium to buy more time for states to distribute rental aid. You think that was that at the forefront of what they found important? No. It was investigating Trump. That's if you're a Democrat, you're voting Democrat, you're part of this gigantic theatrical performance. Hit subscribe to this channel right now, by the way. Share this segment everywhere. It's very important. And there's something called Super Thanks. If you want to support my voice or my work or this channel, It's right below you. It's right next. It's to the right of the like button and the share button. Just scroll to the right of the like and share buttons. There's something called Super Thanks. And I want to thank, because I'll give a shout out to people who do support the channel via Super Thanks, and to my new Patreons. Thank you so very much. But ladies and gentlemen, I don't have $20 million in venture capital funding like some people. Finster baby, thank you so very much for supporting the channel, and it's greatly appreciated. If you want to support this channel via the Super Thanks, it's like Super Chat for uploads. I will give you a shout out, and I just want to thank you so very much. You can buy me a cup of coffee. You can support the channel in any way you'd like. They give different options. So thank you to my Super Thanks on this upload. I will thank you next segment. I'll have a live stream tonight at around 10 p.m. Pacific. So be here at around 10 p.m. Pacific, ladies and gentlemen, for the live stream. Now, you have to ask yourself, there are governors who don't abide by their own mandates, health protocols. Okay, if you were a citizen and didn't abide by that, you'd face repercussions, oftentimes, almost always. They completely disregard their own mandates. They completely disregard the plight of their voters. You talk, like, there's AOC, all the progressives in Congress, Bernie Sanders especially, they will go on and on about wealth inequality. They're part of a political party that simply doesn't care about wealth inequality. You look at what they're really focused on. 2 impeachments they knew wouldn't kick Trump out of office. First of all, they've set up and framed Trump. They've gone after him in the most despicable, unethical manner. And they're the ones who preach about morality and ethics. They're the ones who are these exalted high priests of morality. And they're the ones who actually, if you look at their actions, if you look at their judgment, the decision making, they don't care about actually like addressing the issue of wealth inequality or climate change. Okay? A Green New Deal resolution is a public relations stunt. In 2 impeachments they knew wouldn't kick Trump out of office. These are public relations stunts because they can't get Trump in a court of law. They can't indict or charge him for anything because he's not a criminal. The projection is pretty unbelievable. They project. So what they're guilty of, they project onto Trump. Okay? If they were so focused in the House about about taxes, if they were so focused, check this out. You think Hunter's email where he says, I give 10% to the big man, something along those lines, you can look it up in the New York Post. You think maybe that was transparent or within Biden's returns? Probably not. Okay? They find very creative ways to circumvent laws, Democrats. And they get away with it because media is not going to investigate. Media is not going to engage in any investigative journalism for the political side they're propping up. They would rather be wrong. They would rather people suffer. They would rather be on the wrong side of history than actually give Trump a victory or a win or acknowledge that he's right about something. It could be the origins. It could be certain treatments. By the way, this obsessive focus on opposing Trump, not everyone responds. Like, there's certain treatments for you know what that worked for even Democratic lawmakers. The only thing you heard is, this isn't a fit for everyone. Well, nothing truly is a fit for everyone in terms of specific, treatments. Anyway, give me your thoughts below. Be here tonight at 10 p.m. Pacific. If you do want to support this channel via the Super Thanks button, it's right below, right next to the share and the like buttons. This is an important concept, ladies and gentlemen. They can't get him in a court of law. They want to arrest him. They want to indict him. They can't. They want to, though. but they can't because they have no evidence to do so. This is a very, very important point. Give me your thoughts. Thank you. Be here tonight at 10 p.m.